Welcome to the DO Boxing Show. I'm your host, Dameon Okposio. Thanks for tuning in to another episode. This episode is going to be talking about the provincials. So I had the fortunate ability to watch 2 days of the provincials that took place from November 10th to November 13th, and it was called the Golden Gloves. Both Boxing Ontario and the Ontario Boxing Association in the province of Ontario have Golden Glove tournaments, and they both act as provincial tournaments for both organizations. This one was Boxing Ontario. It's called the Golden Gloves. It was the provincials for them, and I can't verify myself because I didn't check firsthand, but the information that I got was there was about 300 athletes that had registered for these provincials that took place in November. It was at the Toronto Don Valley Hotel and Suites, which is in Toronto. I would call it probably North York. And the fights were great. There was 2 rings over the 4 days on each day. They were both going. There's a lot of great fights, a lot of amateur fighters that I follow and have been watching. So it was very exciting for me. One of the things I think it's always great for people to go and watch these amateur shows. I've mentioned it in past shows, but there's so many reasons, aside from the fact that it's just entertaining. So people that aren't in the industry, if you're just looking to get entertained, you're going to get, 3 hours of entertainment for $20. That's better than even going to the movies. It's a good deal. And I would just say, if you want to make it, even more of a deal, just eat before you go. But you can usually pick up snack items anytime you go to fight shows or if there's a restaurant nearby. But $20, it was for the admission. The fights were entertaining, and you get to see a variety of different styles throughout the day. So it's a great activity to go to just for the entertainment value. If you're inside the industry, though, it's always a great idea to go just to support the different athletes, coaches, just to support the sport, period. But also, too, you can also follow the development of fighters, and you're able to pick up things and see what people are doing that's being effective in competition. I brought one of my fighters along on the final day, and we were able to look and dissect a lot of fights. The more you watch fights, the more you're able to pick out the subtle things that happen. Whether it's footwork, people moving people into positioning, whether they know how to set up another fighter or they're just boxing and just fighting for the sake of fighting. You're able to pick up those things, and I always find that helps fighters when they're in the ring later on. It gives them a better idea. They can pick up habits that certain fighters have because you're used to seeing it all the time. One thing I notice a lot of the times at different fighting tournaments or different fighting shows that I go to, once a particular fighter is finished fighting or a fighter has a fan base, and once he's fought, that fan base leaves, you miss out on the opportunity and the value of watching the whole entire card. There's a lot of value to that. So I just wanted to put that out there again. And for people in the industry, it's always great to support the sport. And I always advocate for people to come out and watch as many fights as possible, regardless of what association or organization you're affiliated to. Boxing is boxing, and you can learn from any type of combat sports. So it's always good to just go out and watch. So there is going to be a show coming up on December 17th. I'm promoting it, Brampton versus Everyone, but it's in collaboration with 2 gyms. So basically, I'm just basically the mouthpiece, but the 2 engines behind the show is going to be Richard Lewis and from Royalty Boxing Promotions and Ajaz Khan from King of the Ring Boxing Club. Those 2 guys both have clubs with Boxing Ontario. Those 2 gentlemen are the ones that are really putting on the show and making the show happen. As I said, I'm just a mouthpiece, letting people know what's going on and lending my promotional skills in certain areas. It's going to be a great show. I encourage people to come out just to support the sport, number one. support the clubs that are putting the show on, and support the athletes. It's a great thing. There was a great attendance this weekend, and as I said, it doesn't matter what organization it is. Go out and watch boxing. The shows are always relatively inexpensive. On December 17th, the tickets are going to range in prices. It's being done as sort of a fundraiser as well. So the general admission is $25 in advance, $30 at the door, and then there's $60 for table seating. You can contact me, Richard Lewis, or Ajas Khan for tickets. Tickets are on sale right now, and they're available. So just contact, and we can always deliver tickets within the GTA as long as it's well before the fight. So I would say don't hit us up the night before. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Again, it was a great tournament that they had over the weekend, and come out on December 17th if you can. Go back a couple episodes. You're going to see when I listed all the fights that are going to be happening in November, December. There's lots of boxing to take part in, and enjoy the fights. Remember, you can ask us any questions related to boxing by sending us a message through Twitter at DOKPOSIO or through email okposio@hotmail.com. Thanks for tuning into this episode. Remember, you can subscribe through YouTube to get every episode of the DO Boxing Show. Thanks for tuning into this episode, and we'll catch you on the next one.